Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Between the Sharks. Today we gotta paint the fence.
First, you accomplish paint the fence.
Well, stain the fence. Today I'm hopefully gonna show you the easiest way to stain this fence professionally as a DIY project and save yourself a ton of time and a ton of money. The difficulty in staining a fence is the texture. So doing this with rags, A, is super labor intensive.
It is just so hard.
But also they hang up on this. And as it dries out, it cups a little bit. So your roller may only hit the edges. So then you gotta turn it sideways and you gotta do all that razzmatazz. Alternatively, you get yourself one of these. Here, we have an Airless sprayer by Vevor. If you're not familiar with what an Airless sprayer is, it doesn't use compressed air to move the paint. The pump siphons paint up through this tube into a pump, pressurizes it, pushes it out through this line and through this spray gun. So that process allows you to spray paints and stains without diluting them or thinning them. This thing is like 150 bucks, somewhere between 100 and 150 depending on when you buy it and where you buy it. Check the link and discount code for hopefully the best price on this thing. But I actually own an Airless sprayer. I own an $800 Greco Pro 19X, which is a very expensive model, but the specs on this thing are very similar. So I've painted houses, both interior and exterior, with my Pro 19X, and so I'm very curious to see if this thing at 150 bucks is what I'm gonna say. We'll figure out the real price. Maybe I'll put it right there. Can do what an $800 machine can do. I'll show you what it came with. We'll get it all set up and we're just gonna try it. So this thing comes with the Airless sprayer itself. It comes with an extension wand. It comes with a gun. It comes with a hose, a spare filter that goes on the end of the paint sucker-upper tube, another filter that goes inside the handle of your gun. It comes with a 5/17 tip, but also very importantly, it came with a very good instruction booklet. And if you're worried about tip sizes, in the back of the book, there is a tip size chart you can reference, but we're gonna run what it came with. So I have added the extension personally to be a little further away from the business end of this device, but if you're just starting out, maybe try it without until you get the technique right. Ideally, you wanna be pointed perpendicular to the work surface and basically be moving like this with a little bit of a feather at the end, just a little bit of a kick out. But if you start doing this, you may end up with a very uneven coat. Now, while staining a fence, it's not really going to matter, but if you're painting your house, you'll start to see a bunch of streaking and stuff. So you'll be able to operate one of these in no time, but I'm just saying there's a little bit of a degree of difficulty by adding an extension. So Airless sprayer operation is pretty easy. Basically, there's a pressure valve right here that tells you how to set it. Prime clean, low spray, high spray, rolled, because you can hook these up to a pressurized roller that will feed paint to the roller. Never done that, but it's an option. This switch switches from prime to flow. So for today's project, we are using Bare Premium Penetrating Oil Semi-Transparent Stain. So the siphon tube is designed to land in a 5-gallon bucket. You can drop these right into your paint cans if you want, but I'm gonna keep mixing a gallon of stain just in case there's anything that's slightly different between all of these. It's before noon and it's already 1,000 face melting degrees and all the humidities. It's good to have a respirator on hand. I've got gloves, and you should have whatever cleaning product you need. Today we got mineral spirits because that is the recommended cleanup for our product. Sometimes you just need a hose and water, which we also do have standing by. So we're set to prime clean. We're gonna go ahead and flip it on. We're in the down position, which is the prime position. Oh, you gotta plug it in. That's important. Round two. It's primed. Not bad. Yeah, you can already see how this is going to make things way faster than a roller. I'm gonna push a gallon through this and see how far we get. All right, that was hardly any time at all. We used about a half gallon, maybe a little bit more, but this thing is lightning fast. A respirator is definitely the way to go. It does create enough of a cloud. I think a smaller tip size would be better for stain because stain is so thin. I think this tip size would be much better for like a latex paint, interior or exterior, but we're gonna make it work. I've lowered the pressure way down to almost the prime phase, because if the pressure's too high, it can hit the fence and bounce right back at you. And that's not where you want the stain. You want the stain on the fence. But yeah, overall, it's working out great so far. All right, overall, it is doing an excellent job so far. It definitely feels like the tip size is too large because it needs to build pressure. The size of the opening in the tip basically has a lot to do with the pressure that it needs to spray. So it's kind of a larger size opening. So purchasing one, if you were going to stain with this, would probably be the right move. But we've already done almost 50 feet of fence in something like 10 minutes. Gang, the Karate Kid would not have won the tournament if he'd had one of these things. No! But he'd have been done a lot sooner and probably could have hung out with Elizabeth Shue a little longer.
I don't know. I think she's beautiful. I'd say she's beautiful. I think she's beautiful.
Let's All right, gang, I have videos on this channel and on Let's Make It Better where I've been working on a fence like this, and I have done more linear feet in significantly less time. This is the way to do it. But also, you run into spots like this too, and if you're staining with a rag or a brush or a roller, the only thing you can really do is like get it soaking wet and like jam it down in there. The sprayer, you just change the angle. We are like 20 minutes in spraying. It's pretty nuts. I sprayed right over the gate hardware, but that's my personal choice. And then I'm just hitting it with some mineral spirits. That'll clean that right off. This works. You can do the same thing with latex paint. Just keep some soapy water around, or, you know, grab some masking tape, or aluminum foil actually works really well to wrap up stuff like this. Those are my tips. We are cooking along. Dudes, this is a serious game changer. I'm 2.5 hours in, and we've done probably, it's probably close to 500 linear feet of fence. If I were out here with a roller and some rags and some brushes, I think I would be done with this first long run, and that's about it. There have always been some cheapo kind of sprayers on the market, but never like an inexpensive professional style airless sprayer. Some of you folks may be old enough to remember the Wagner Power Painter type sprayers that they probably still sell, but I think they're trash. This worked every bit as well as my Greco Pro 19X. For 150 bucks, even if you only used it once, we had a quote to get this fence stained, and it was in the thousands. I spent roughly $500 on material, and I'm 2.5 hours in, let's say plus the sprayer, 150 bucks. I'm still under $1,000. And it hasn't taken up my entire Sunday to get this project done. I'm very impressed. Very, very impressed. All right, that just took me 20 minutes with a rag. Didn't come out as well and took way more material. So with the rag, you have to dip it in there, and you're basically just pressing it into the fence to get enough of the material off of the rag and onto the fence. So it's very likely that this would pay for itself when you combine roller trays, rags, rollers, and the extra material, because when you press into uneven surfaces like this, you're really wringing a lot out, and it's ending up falling on the ground. So the stain's $45 a gallon, so at 150 bucks, I could imagine I might have saved 3 gallons of waste. It's pretty darn close. So, you know, if this was a one-time project for you, I would not recommend buying this paint sprayer that I have, the Pro 19X fancy Greco one, but I would absolutely buy $150 Vevor one. It worked great. I think it could absolutely paint that house. All right, to clean this up, we're gonna follow the basic instructions, which are, we relieve the pressure in the gun. So you pull the trigger until there's no pressure. We're gonna add mineral spirits to our bucket. You can see I've separated the 2 tubes. That's actually pretty great. That's coming out pretty clean, really fast. So in a very weird way, the oil-based does seem to clean out more quickly than like a latex or exterior type paint. I think that's because that stuff actually dries. So the filters get a little clogged up. You got to spend a little time in there with a bristle brush and soap and water for those. But the mineral spirits seem to take care of everything very quickly. There are some great videos on how to properly clean those things thoroughly, depending on what type of material that you're working with, and maybe consider getting some pump saver stuff that basically is, I'd imagine it's some kind of lubricant or something. So if you end up putting this away for a much longer period of time than you think you were going to, your chances of it working out just fine are much, much better with a pump saver type stuff. I would 100% recommend this if you have any type of substantial paint or stain project. This took us 2.5 hours to do all of this fence, and it did a better job than me doing it by hand and used less material. The fact that this thing is around 150 bucks makes it incredibly affordable. The Karate Kid would never have won that tournament, but Mr. Miyagi's fence would have been done. I would say if you are planning a staining project, I would go ahead and do a little research and find the right tip for the stain material that you would like to use. If you're buying this to paint your house, interior or exterior, I think you're all set up. The tip that comes with it should be the right one for those types of projects with those types of material. So I thank Vevor for sending this over to let me try it. If you guys want to buy one. So there are a bunch of ways to support the channel. The first is, if you're going to buy one of those, buy it through the link in the description. That actually helps the channel out. Now, if this had been garbage, I still would have told you it was garbage. But this is not. Also, there's memberships. They help the channel a great deal. Merch and Amazon. If there's anything that I'm using on the channel, I put it in an Amazon store at zero cost to you. If you purchase it, Amazon gives a little commission back to the channel. All of it goes right back into making more videos. Hopefully that's money well spent if you enjoy this program. Good luck on your projects out there, and we will see you next time on Between the Sharks.